So I woke up this morning in cold sweats, with shakes and stomach cramps and being dizzy. So I'm thinking that the half of a rotisserie chicken that I ate last evening is I probably had issues with. And I messed up this morning and was a couple of minutes late to class, with all that. So which, I mean, the reason really doesn't matter at this point. And because I'm under review for something that I didn't need to be under review for, um, but it really doesn't matter because since I'm under review for that, that's going to go very, very poorly. And they haven't responded to my stuff about picking up more classes anyways. So I think the thing is, humans aren't valuable in China, right? They have so many humans. Like, if you were to misplace 1 million humans in China, it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of the mentality, anyways. And this company is a big company. I mean, they have like over 5,000 teachers. So it just really doesn't matter to them, anyways. Uh, so if I was having, if I had one of these issues, because they told me, they're like, well, if you're sick, take some time off. I'm like, well, I'm not, I mean, kind of sick. Like, I have all that, but, I've kind of been sick for like over 2 years. So it's not like it's something that's going to resolve quickly. Oh man. I mean, I always have a headache anyways. I got a killer headache too. And it's, well, yeah, bad situation. But so I think they're kind of like shutting me out, essentially, which sucks pretty bad. So hopefully one of these other jobs that I applied through comes through, and I'm still working for the other company, but I'm not working for them very much. And my memory was really bad this morning too, because you teach a class, and then you have to, well, normally I teach a few classes in a row because you get 2 minutes in between, but you have like 30 seconds to get out of classroom, 30 seconds to get into a classroom. You have a minute in between where you have to refresh your page, so there's no time to actually write anything then. So I taught 4 classes in a row, and then I go back and write my notes for them. And normally that's no problem. And I could not remember what I did in the first 2 classes after I did the 4 classes. I could just remember the last 2 classes, and that's not good. That's a normal amount of memory should be significantly higher than that. And normally mine is. So definitely some strong cognitive decreases in efficacy this morning. Not very effective at all. Anyways, that's the crazy morning update. And I worked, 2 hours this morning, just less than 2 hours actually. So you make, almost no money. I mean, some, but, almost no money. So that's not good. Not good in so many ways, because 16 bucks an hour or 2 hours, $32, and yeah, well, not good. So, well, yeah, like, well, I'm just not functional, right? I'm just not functional, just not a functional human being at this point. It's bad. Right? Future in a lot of ways looks pretty bleak. There's still some interesting stuff in the future, and well, we'll see what I can do, but not resilient and not resourceful. And without resiliency and resourcefulness, like, like in the future, it doesn't look great in life for any human that has those as major hindrances. So, anyways, that's the weird, crazy morning update, I guess. Just wanted to write down. I've recorded, yeah, I just wanted to video record. Yeah, not thinking clearly, right? Uh, my all my reactions to the food, and it has to be the rotisserie chicken because I ate the rotisserie chicken at 5 p.m. yesterday, and then this morning I was just bad, really bad. So that's that's the second time it's happened, and it could have been chicken. So really weird, but apparently I have issues with chicken that I've never had before. So really weird. When you wouldn't think anyone would ever have issues eating chicken, but apparently I do. So that's something I have to look out for. I have to back off. No fun, no fun. Yeah, I was in class like in cold sweats, like shivering. Oh man, it has to be so weird. Anyways, the kids still like me, right? Like all 4 classes I had this morning, because I try to make it fun and try to be energetic. Like it's super exhausting, but I try to be energetic and kind of like happy, and I draw a little stuff and be engaging and yada 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 for teaching. And all 4 students gave me 5 heart ratings. So the students, still like me, but the fact that the students and the parents like me will not it's not going to matter to this company, because you don't well yeah, I mean, just why would they care? There's no reason for them to care that if students and parents like me, which seems odd, but it's the way it is. So I have to, well, obviously I don't have to figure something out. I have to figure lots of things out. And I mean, what it ends up being is I have multiple really hard problems to solve, and I can't, right? I'm not solving my multiple really hard problems. So that's an issue. Well, a bunch of issues is what it is. So, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, right? Life is suffering. Very, very true statement uh, from the Buddha and a bunch of other people since. And Benjamin Franklin wrote a whole book on how pain is consciousness, right? You can't be conscious without pain. So that's very interesting as well, and I think that's probably true. But oddly enough, if your pain increases enough, then your consciousness starts going down. So there's like a sweet spot of the amount of pain that you want to be in. And and it activates a completely different circuit in your brain if you volunteer for the pain or it's involuntary pain. Right? If you volunteer to go work out hard at the gym, which causes muscle soreness and pain, that's completely different than if you're being tortured involuntarily. It's there, right? Or if you're being like forced to run on a treadmill as a torture thing, or you're volunteering to run on a treadmill, even if you go the same amount of hardness, it activates well, if you volunteer, it activates the approach circuit in the brain. If it's involuntary, then it activates the flight circuit in the brain, or the avoid circuit. So it's a completely different experience in the brain, which is interesting. And no matter how hard I try to like activate the approach circuit for the pain I'm in, I mean, in the end, it's involuntary. Like I'm not choosing to have all these health issues, so it's hard to convince yourself otherwise. So it's activating the avoid circuit in the brain, which is just less beneficial. So that's another one of those multiple hard problems that I can't seem to solve or find my way around. So lots of stuff to work on. I'm not sure how to work on it all, but lots of stuff to work on.